Last month we crossed over to Ireland for the very first time and we didn't really know what to expect. We started off in Northern Ireland and travelled clockwise around the island all the way down to County Cork and back up along the wild Atlantic Way. Along the journey we were blown away by the breathtaking scenery, and in today's video we take you through our final days here and share what we really think of Ireland.
If you're new here, we're Chris, Charlene, and our little dog, Holly. 4.5 years ago, we left our home, and since then, we've been living and traveling full-time in our motorhome across Europe and beyond.
Right, so we have decided to leave the western coast of Ireland. As you can see, the weather has been pretty rubbish these last few days, and we've decided just to leave altogether because we are a bit pushed for time. Today we've made the drive, we cut across the whole country really. A very nice drive, but we couldn't see much because it was raining and pretty cloudy. We've now crossed into Northern Ireland, so we are back in the UK. The plan today was to head up here to the coastal route. There's a few spots that you can visit, but to be honest, it's very, very windy. Not so much rain because it's stopped now, but the van is rocking. We just pulled over on a lay-by at the moment. We went to check out the Giant's Causeway, but today is Sunday and it was very, very busy. There wasn't really any parking for us, and it costs, I think, £30 to go in, and it's in the afternoon already now, so we've decided just to skip that completely because it's too expensive just to go out in this wind. We're just now sitting down and deciding whether we stick around here and wait for tomorrow, see if it gets any better, or whether we just keep on going because, as I said, we are a bit pressed for time now. This lay-by though does have a very beautiful view because we've got the beach down here, massive beach actually, and the waves coming in.
The landscape on this side of Northern Ireland is so dramatic. That's why Game of Thrones was filmed here for sure. Wow, absolutely gorgeous. Gross.
So we have escaped the coastal route and we've come inland. We've finally found something where there's not so much wind. Don't get me wrong, it's still windy here, but nothing like there was at the beach and the cliffs. So we've stopped at this place. It's called the Dark Hedges. Some of you guys may recognize this place from the Game of Thrones series. In fact, this whole area here in Northern Ireland is very famous with different filming locations from Game of Thrones. We had to pay £5 and there's like a hotel parking lot where we could leave the van, and now we're going to walk to the street because you can't actually drive through it. It's actually going to be a bit sad to leave Ireland in the next few days, but at the same time it's just got so cold and windy now that yeah, it kind of feels like it's time. Okay, so this is the road. As you can see, there's a few people here already.
So this is actually where Arya Stark left from King's Landing. This thing was not that long actually, but it was so dramatic.
Well, as you can imagine, the street is very busy. And we finally got to the kind of end of it, and we've got the road to ourselves at last. There were so many people here as we were walking through. It's one of those places where a lot of people come in large numbers, come just to see it, take the photos. There's not much else to do here really. There's like a cafeteria near the hotel.
I believe before it was very famous with local photographers only. Back then we had no internet and no apps like we do have today. So yeah, I think now it's became that one touristic hotspot, where when you see it online, you say, oh wow, it's beautiful. But when you come, there are many people here.
Yeah, of course, if you wanna come alone, you would need to come first thing in the morning, and there won't be many people here. And as well as that, in winter time, there's obviously not so many people here. So this is the situation at the moment with Holly. She turns around, you can see the state of her. What a messy dog.
Oh my god.
Was it worth it for the Dark Hedges?
Yeah.
You tell us, guys. Nice and clean. Relatively clean. So, yesterday we ended up driving all the way to Belfast. Charlene has a couple of appointments in the city, so I dropped her off today. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame really, because today it's a beautiful day. We had a bit of wind in the morning, but apart from that, So calm. I'm actually by the sea at the moment. I truly wanted to check out a few spots along the Antrim coast and the Causeway coast. But yeah, sometimes things just work out like that. We lost a few days because of the weather over the last few weeks, and yeah, we just didn't have time to fit in everything really. It's always the same, to be honest. Wherever we go, we always wish we had another week or two to fit in everything. But yeah, that's just how it goes. There's no way I was driving back. It's about a 90-minute drive from here. So instead I've driven towards the coast, the other coast, and I'm in this place called Orlock Point. I'm only about 20-30 minutes away from the city. I have to go and pick up Charlene in a couple of hours, so I drove down here for a bit of peace and quiet to get away from the city because there aren't really any nice spots towards Belfast. And I found this park up. It's like a dead-end road, and there's this beautiful coastal walk which I'm going to take Holly on. If you look over there, you can actually see the van parked up as well. And I think it's important to note as well that tomorrow is our ferry over to Scotland, so that's why I was saying that we didn't have enough time, as I think I forgot to mention that part. Wow, this place is beautiful. Look at this. And look, someone's put up a swing here. Wow. I'll tell you what, this is not bad either. Go Holly, up you go. So we're currently on the northeast of Northern Ireland. Scotland should be across the sea there, and there's also the Isle of Man towards that direction over there. Obviously both too far away to see. So our ferry tomorrow is leaving at 12. So the question is, do we go and do anything else in the morning or just take it easy? I feel like taking it easy. I think we will go to that motorhome Air, which has free electric and water, and or you just pay like £1 or £2, I think, and that should do us well for our final night here. And today it's just beautiful, blue sky, just a little breeze, not too windy. It didn't even rain today as well. That's a miracle. You're never going to see everywhere in one trip, so as I always say, it's just a reason for us to come back. And Ireland as a whole, wow, so many great memories here. I really loved it. First of all, I'm super looking forward to get across to Scotland tomorrow. And yeah, we're gonna head up to the Highlands. Jump. Good girl. I just want to take a quick moment to let you know about our 2026 photo calendar, which features our favourite images from here in Ireland and the UK. If you're enjoying the videos and you'd like to support the channel, the link to buy one will be in the description box below. Right guys, so back in the van, we went for our walk at the perfect time because it's got rather dark now. Looks like it's going to rain. So what did we think about Ireland? So like anywhere else, there were some things that were amazing and some things maybe not so amazing. What I did find is that the different areas throughout the country changed a lot as well. Not just the landscape, but even the way the people are, how friendly they are as well. Now don't get me wrong, we didn't have any trouble anywhere, but there were some spots where the people were just so friendly, and others maybe not so much, you know. Even if you go in the shop to buy something, like there's certain tourist areas that I guess they're fed up with seeing people, and there's other places maybe they're not so known and the people are so friendly and up for a chat. And as well as that, the prices do vary as well. So if we're talking about campsites and even just activities, there are some of the places that are very, very popular are really, really expensive. Some of the places cost you like 30-40 euros just to visit. Kind of similar to in England as well. It seems like even the UK has got like this, but we did find that surprising, especially like for parking. There were some areas that you enter for free, but then you have to pay like 30-40 euros for parking. Like there's the Cliffs of Moher, and that's only because the amount of tourists that come. Like we are definitely off season and these places were still packed. That's the most thing that surprised me. So we came this time of the year because, as you know, beginning of this year we were back home. We went home for the first time after 4 years traveling around in the van. We went back to Malta to visit our family, and obviously we were pretty south, so that's why we decided to go to Greece in like spring, summertime, and then come here afterwards. Some of you guys said that it should have been done the other way around, but yeah, logistically that's how it worked. In fact, the previous times that we've come this far north, when we went to Scotland in the NC500, and even when we went up to Finland and Norway, those were both in the spring, summertime. So yeah, we know it's much better up here during that time of the year, but because of logistics and the fact that in May we were in the south of Europe, that's what we needed to do. And on the tourist note as well, something very surprising, there was so many American people as well. I know Dublin and Cork and, well, along the Wild Atlantic Way is pretty popular worldwide, but I was impressed at the number of American tourists this time of the year. Like, the places were packed, honestly. We were not expecting that. So the landscape is amazing. There's a mix of everything, a little bit of wildlife, and the cliffs are all different as well. Like, our favourites were the ones in Kerry. Cliffs of Moher are beautiful as well. And even recently, it was quite cool seeing the cliffs up here on the west coast as we were going up to Donegal. So pretty nice. And we also saw that as we went from one region to another. It's like you're on a journey. So the Wild Atlantic Way route is really, really epic. If you've never done it before in your van, I would definitely 100% recommend it. So seeing that most of the route is along the coast, if it's windy and it's coming from the west, you're going to have trouble, and you might have to find like different park ups where you can shelter. As well as that, sometimes I have to admit, like when it was just rainy, cold and windy, especially the last few weeks, you don't feel like getting out the van sometimes. But when you're in beautiful places, it's good to make an effort, and yeah, so worth it. And the thing is, here in one day you'll have the 4 seasons. So it'll be rainy and windy and you think, oh my god, like today's a mess, and then all of a sudden the sun will pop out for an hour or two and you regret not going. So that's what we did sometimes. And as you saw in the videos, we had a bit of everything. We had a bit of sun, bit of wind, bit of rain, and some stormy weather as well. There's not much you can really do about that. You just have to go with it. We would have loved to stay here for another week or two. There was a few spots we had to skip, like the north area of Donegal, and even here in Northern Ireland where we were yesterday. It's just a shame we couldn't stay there longer. But like I mentioned, we do need to catch the ferry over to Scotland tomorrow. So the plan going forward now is tomorrow we get the ferry from Scotland, same as what we got to come over here. And then we're going to head up to the Highlands and the mountains. I'm not sure on the conditions there, if it's snowy or not yet, but we'll have to find out. And yeah, last time we went up to the NC500, did the whole trip. I don't think we'll do that this time, but we might head up north. I don't know how far we'll get. And then after that, we're heading back to England, and we still need to explore Wales as well. But around then, we would have been here for about 4 or 5 months, and yeah, it'll be time to leave the UK. And in regards to van life, I would say there's quite a few campsites. There are some areas where there's not really any campsites. There are some free spots, but again, like I said, if you do want to visit certain areas, you are going to have to pay. But again, it's not every day, so yeah, I think it is manageable. And in regards to like pubs and eating out and stuff like that, it's pretty similar to the UK, to England. So yeah, service-wise, we managed all right. There are a few points where we could dispose of toilet and the services and everything for free, or else for a €5 payment, which is pretty good, to be honest. Those really come in handy. And the only thing that was very weird and different is the rubbish. Like, they don't really have any bins up there. And I guess it's for people to take their rubbish back home. But if we have rubbish in our home, we'll end up stinking the van. So there were, I'm not going to lie, there were some times where we had 3 garbage bags built up, and we had to kind of wait till we go to the next campsite, or if we actually find a bin. But the bins were very, very rare. And then if you do find one, it's going to be like a small one with a really, really small hole. Now, don't get me wrong, if it's a big bin, that's fine, we just throw away in there. But those small ones are, one, difficult to get in, and then if the bin itself is small, you don't want to really use that, because that's kind of for people to use just to put in little items. So yeah, we use that like for certain stuff. But yeah, that's a weird one, really. We've been traveling for the last 4.5 years, and every country and area has its different things. Some places it's hard to find a mechanic. Other places it's hard to find a campsite. Sometimes it's hard to find electric hookup. Yeah, in Ireland it's hard to find bins. So we found that rather funny. So one thing I will tell you about Charlene is that whenever we need to catch a ferry, about 2 hours before, she just starts panicking, even if we're on time. Like, oh, we're gonna be late, we're gonna be late, we're gonna be late, and we got here an hour early.
Yes, I have a lot of anxiety when it comes to
Ferries?
being on time.
Yeah, but it's like if it's a ferry or a plane or something like that where you have like a fixed time.
Yeah, my nervous system, gets really frustrated because I just want to get there, you know. I don't mind, you know, to wait, but I'm here, I'm ready.
I woke up excited today because we're headed to Scotland. But at the same time, it's sad because we're leaving Ireland.
Sad. Yeah, I'm really sad. I'm really sad that we're leaving Ireland. I fell in love with this country.
So yesterday, while you were in the city, I told them what I thought of Ireland in general. Any final comments from you?
Very clean. Super friendly people, I would say. Scenic.
Very scenic, yeah.
And it feels like the whole country is based kind of on the countryside. Like there's countryside everywhere you look. I would rather stay more days there in the countryside than just visiting a city, you know.
Exactly. If we had more time, like if we're here for a couple of months or something, then yeah, you'd end up visiting them as well to see what it's like. But we had to choose at the end of the day. One thing I'm looking forward to now is we're back on the P&O ferry again, going back, and I'm gonna order that burger again because it was so good last time, honestly.
And I forgot one thing, guys. The guineas, of course, and the poops, the Irish poops. We're gonna miss those.
And just like that, it was time for our ferry over to Scotland. Big thanks to P&O Ferries who made this island trip possible, and thank you even more for your amazing service and great food on board. Tune in next week as we have a surprise video for you, followed by our next epic journey up in Scotland. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching.